Usain Bolt coulda catch me if he run up Seaside Road for reach a land settlement. And that box was talked about for days. Hi everyone, it's your girl Cindy. No limits, because there's no limits to what you can do, no limits to what you can achieve. From you perceive it, you can achieve it. No limits, no matter what it is, you can get it done. Okay, this is your girl, and I must say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Those of you who have not subscribed as yet, wanna wait pan, run come over here, so come subscribe, like, share, and comment. Yes, I'm on my veranda. It's a beautiful evening in Port Antonio, and I'm on my veranda sitting down chilling, and I just said, why not let me share a video on my YouTube channel? So my YouTube channel was generated to share TikTok videos, because I've been doing some TikTok videos, and because of this pandemic and how we are feeling, I decided to share them on my Facebook page so persons could have a laugh. And I was encouraged to get a YouTube page, so I did that. And if you hear any sounds in the video, I'm on my veranda, so persons are passing out on the road and neighbors and stuff, so just ignore that and pay attention to me. Yeah, all right. So I decided that I want to share my most embarrassing moments with you. We have had some embarrassing moments in life. I know you must have. I have had, and at least I think they are embarrassing. You might say, but that's not embarrassing. I've had worse. Let me know what you think. But these moments, they have really stood out in my life, and I cannot forget them because I consider them to be very embarrassing. I will start from I was teeny weeny. I used to go to Pavilion Basic. Those of you know where Pavilion is. It's now called Bone Book Basic. But at the time, when I was teeny weeny, way back then, I used to go to Pavilion Basic. Very small, because I started school when I was pretty young. Back then, it was not the norm for kids to start school at 2. But because I had neighbors who were going out to school, I used to cry to go to school, so my mom sent me to school when I was 2, which wasn't very normal, but she asked them and they took me. So I remember one day I was at school and I was wearing this nice green dress. Yes, back then it was nice. You have them lace dress there. So I had on one of those nice lace dress. I don't know if back then they never used to tell parents to put a change of clothes in kids' bags or whatever. No, that there were no phones or anything like that back then, because we were talking about back then, because I know I look pretty young and pussy, but I'm kind of, so back then. And guess what? I mess up myself. Yes, me, that thing there, do defecate, number 2, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I did that. And I'm sure that the teacher had no way of reaching my mom, because as I said, back then we don't have phones like that. Our rich people used to have phone in them house. You understand? Not name cell phone, nothing like that. So teacher put me outside because the children were laughing at me and they were saying I was smelly. And I remember feeling so bad. And they laughed at me and they said smelly, and they called me up, up, yes. And I remember feeling so bad. And I remember going all the way across the field. If you know Pavilion, I went all the way across the field and I was out there sitting all by myself until my mom came. And I must say that was my first embarrassing moment. And I remember it until this day. I will not forget it. I was embarrassed. Yes, because me do that in my panty. Yes, so that was the first one. The second embarrassing moment I can remember was when I was going to primary school. I must say it was embarrassing and it was sad. I will talk about 2 moments at primary school that I have been embarrassed. But the first one, I must say it's a bit sad. Growing up, I was poor. My mom was poor. We were poor. My mom did everything that she could so that we had a good life. Thumbs up to my mommy, her rock. And I remember when I was in grade 5, I used to live Folly, same place where I'm living now. And we were living in a one room, small board house. I had some friends that I grew up with. One of them, she used to travel to America, and she was bigger than me, and she had all these nice stuff. And her mom used to give me some hand-me-downs. I thank them for them because I needed them. So I really thank them for the hand-me-downs. And I remember she gave me this bag. Now I don't know why it's a thing where even up until now I don't have a good relationship with persons. I kind of tend to stay by myself, because I think what happened to me in primary school was one of the reasons why I'm like that. But I remember the kids in the class, in the grade 5 class, they used to take a set on me, really take a set on me. And I remember one day they drew my house on the board and it was this little shack falling down, and the girl told everybody in the school that the bag that I was taking to school, she gave it to me. Yeah, the knapsack, she gave it to me. And those are my neighbor's kids. The bag that I was taking to school, she gave it to me. And I remember being so embarrassed, and she told them about all the other stuff, that I wore her dresses and her shoes and other stuff like that. And the entire class, they were just laughing at me, and I must say, I was really, 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 really embarrassed. And that was one sad moment in my life that stood out. And then what made it worse was that my mom returned the bag, because of what was being said. She said she want back her bag, which her mother didn't take back the bag from my mom, but my mom didn't give me that bag to take to school anymore, but she gave me a cloth bag. Now, this bag was the bag that we carry up under our shoulder. No, we never used to carry those bags back in the day. And it was a cloth bag. It was not a school bag. Not at all. But that was what my mom could afford. And they made fun of me. And I must say, up until today, I remember that. A next moment in primary school was I was being mischievous. And some boys went around, park school, went around the school back, and they caught some little fishes. And I remember 2 of the fish died, and I took the fish and I rubbed it on the pipe and the cistern. There was a cistern around there, and I rubbed it on the pipe. And somebody went and told Miss Blake. No, Miss James, Mrs. Blake from Port Antonio Primary School back in the day. Those of you who know how long me talk about, long time. And she called me one day, and there were some kids around there. Well, not one day, the same day in the evening. And there were some kids around there line up, and she gave me some good lick. And I was so embarrassed because everybody was laughing. And I remember I ran. I was so embarrassed. And that stood out to me. Maybe it's not embarrassing to you, but it was embarrassing to me, to get some good lick. In front of a whole bunch of students. So, yes. And then I've had other embarrassing moments, but one that stood out to me was when I was in high school. Now, when I was in high school in about 4th form, I think I joined the 4-H club. It was the first 4-H club that was formed at the Titchfield at the time, and I was the president of the first 4-H club at the Titchfield High School. One teach. Yes, I was the first 4-H club president of the Titchfield High School. And the teacher that was in charge of 4-H was Miss Panton. Now, I know some of you who went to Titchfield back then, you must know Miss Panton. Now, Miss Panton talked very fast, yeah. Miss Panton and I were really, really, really good friends because I was in Grasset House and she was a teacher for Grasset, and then I was the leader for Grasset House, and we were really close. But anyways, I've been singing for as long as I can remember. So Port Antonio Primary School, they were having their graduation up by Christchurch, and I was supposed to go there and sing. I don't know what flew into my head, but one of my girlfriends, she had a boyfriend who worked on ship, and he was here, and they were going to St. Margaret's Bay to this big house. And Another friend and myself, we said, okay, we are coming. So 3 of us went down there. Now the other friend and me, we just went there just to as company because we didn't have anybody there. When we were there, the friend who had the boyfriend, she and him gone to them business. And we just sit down and eat, and we're in a big house, so we're not used to and watch big TV, and we're just there waiting on them. Anyways, time run away with us, and we down there, and they're not coming out from finishing what they are doing. And I'm sitting there and I cannot leave. I'm in St. Margaret's Bay. I don't know how to leave to go back to Port Antonio, because trust me, St. Margaret's Bay seems like it's just down the road there. So back then, with no taxi and you have to take a bus and them things there, we just had to wait. We just had to wait until they were ready because the gentleman used to drive. Anyways, when we finish and reach up to Christchurch, it over, graduation done, I'm gonna reach for sing. So I saw mommy, and mommy was like, where you coming from? Oh, come for sing at the graduation. And the teacher is so disappointed because you were on the program and looking forward to see you and whatever. And I was like, oh, maybe up at school I prepare some things with Miss Pantan for 4H. When mommy start cuss and say, oh, Miss Pantan for do that, I never tell her. Anyways, me feel like me get the scotch free now, Walking down out of Christchurch yard, when we look, who's he coming up the road at Nick Knacks. Them time the Nick Knacks used to be right across from, what should I say now, where Miss Gray house is, right beside Berkey, where Berkey had him shoemaker shop. Right there in Miss Gray's yard, Nick Knacks used to be right there across from Dr. P building, that NIS building, right there. And we saw Miss Pantan there, and mommy said, Miss Pantan, why you have Philly there? And you know that she must go and perform. Miss Pantan said, me not see Philly there. I don't see Philly there from school start. I don't see Philly there. That's a lie. And Miss Pantan talk fast. And look here, graduation just over, And persons, they all about a walk, come out of graduation, And my mother opened my honesty, and she give me one clad across my jaw. Remember me tell you, I was so embarrassed. Me no know if Usain Bolt could have catch me if he run up Seaside Road to reach a land settlement. And that box was talked about for days. When I went to school the other day, people are talking about the box. And the girl will get the box. Some of them know say me and some of them don't know. But trust me, I was really, really embarrassed. Another embarrassing moment when I was going to Titchfield, there was this guy that I liked. I like this guy. And I was walking, drop down my strap and I walk nice. Run a battery there, so them class they run a battery, run at the back of the school. I don't remember what we used to call them, but the open classrooms around the back of Titchfield there. I was walking and me say the guy and him friends them sit down in one of the open classroom and me just drop. Me just drop flat. Me say, yo, me just drop flat in front of the guy. Me say, I was so embarrassed. The way me embarrassed, me couldn't get out because me did too shame. So, me just lay down and spread out like something do me. And make people come take me up and me start hop and go like something do me.